Today we are going to be talking about nature of a thought. So, in nature, in the mother nature, everything has a nature. For example, cotton is soft and takes a lot of space, even in 1 kilogram, while iron is hard and it takes very less space in 1 kilogram of iron. Iron gets rust. Silver, if kept in air for long periods of time, start to turn bit blackish. If pure gold is bit through your teeth, it would have a mark of your teeth on the gold itself. Similarly, as these things have their nature, thoughts have their nature. So, nature of a thought is when you see it without reacting to it, the thought goes away. So, when you just see it, witness it with no reaction, the thought just goes away. Now, based on this nature of the thought, there is there can be multiple meditations uh, on it, and one of those meditations is you close your eyes and you watch every thought come and go. Okay, so once you watch a thought or see a thought or witness a thought, they all mean the same in my terminology for my conversation. uh, so when you see a thought, it goes away. Then the next thought, you see it, it goes away, and it keeps happening. So over time, within a few minutes, you'll see that the frequency of thoughts has come down. Now, the frequency can be initially 80 thoughts per minute. If someone is really overthinking or in a state of depression with a congested mind with a lot of thoughts, maybe 150 thoughts per minute, 100 thoughts per minute. So, as you keep watching the thoughts, now you cannot be seeing 60 more, you cannot be seeing more all the thoughts within just 1 second. So you might be getting 150 thoughts in 1 minute. That means per minute, per second, you have 2.5 thoughts on average. So every 2 seconds you have 5 thoughts. So when you start to witness these thoughts, you will not be able to witness all the thoughts. So generally, our subconscious starts to focus on the ones that matter the most to us. So you witness one, and as you witness one, the other ones would not be able to bother you. And if they bother you, that means they are the ones which matter the most. So your subconscious would automatically prioritize them first. That is what I've seen what happens naturally. So you witness one of those thoughts, and the rest of the thoughts, because they were just unseen, they would not have any much of an impact, and they would go. Now, as you see this one, it goes, and the other ones go because they were not reacted to. If you do not do anything to a thought, it would come and go. If you react to it, if you either have a positive or a negative reaction, attachment or a negative sort of reaction, anger, jealousy, frustration, then the thought binds to you, or it binds new karma to your soul, karma slash karma to your soul, which again have their own fruits, which can be discussed later. This concept can be discussed later. In fact, will be discussed later. So this frequency goes down. How? So you witness one, the other ones were not reacted to, they go away, and then over time, as you keep witnessing the thoughts that matter to you the most, out of those 150 thoughts in a minute, you keep following the same process for a few minutes. Initially, it would be hard because you are really bothered by the thoughts. As you move forward, you would realize now the frequency is not that much. Now you might be getting 80 thoughts in a minute, then 40 thoughts in a minute, then 20 thoughts in a minute, 15 thoughts in a minute, then 10 thoughts in a minute. Now, when you get 10 thoughts in a minute, that is like on average one thought in 6 seconds. So there would be empty spaces between two consecutive thoughts. Those spaces would not have any thought in them. So these are thoughtless gaps. These are states when your mind, your subconscious, as well as conscious mind, have no thought. As they have no thought, they are in a you are in a thoughtless state, which in itself is a meditative state, or you are settled for a couple of seconds into meditation. Now this would be the time when you have already started to feel light. Now over time, so for example, let's take an example for this case where now I have a thought, now another thought, another thought, another thought. So this frequency then goes down to like the next thought comes every 30 seconds, or there is no pattern. So one thought might come after 30 seconds and the other thought might come just after 2 seconds. So at the 32nd second, 32 seconds, the second thought might come. Now, but there would be eventually a time where you have been sitting for 2, 3, 1, 4, 5 minutes and you got no thoughts. Now, this is a really calm state of mind. This is a state where, because you are settled in meditation, you are in present with no thoughts. Because if you were not in present, either you would have been in the past or in the future, and that means you would have had a thought from the past or from the future, because you cannot physically or mentally go somewhere. What you can do is you can mentally think about it, and then sometimes when we go too deep into it, we feel that we are into that, we are in that place in the past or in the future. But basically that is happening inside our thoughts. So that is a chain of thoughts, or a lot of thoughts. As you have no thought, you are neither in past nor in present. Okay, you, sorry, so you are neither in past nor in future. When you are neither in past nor in future in your thoughts, then where are you? You are in the present moment. uh, as you are in the present moment, there comes the concept which I would be discussing in a very elaborate fashion in my upcoming videos. As you are meditating, as you are in meditative state, as you have been in meditative states for shorter durations of time, for example 2 seconds, 1 second, 5 seconds in between, when you were reaching this state where you are not getting thoughts for really long duration, like many minutes, continuously with no thoughts, then all these states, all these thoughtless states, uh, they, as they are meditative states, they eradicate the karmic particles from the soul really fast, and these are the really wanted meditation states that people seek forward to reach to, and these are generally lesser achieved amongst the common people, but once achieved, they really, so I have achieved it at least once, so I know the experience. So uh, and it does not occur so frequently. uh, there can be a lot of reasons to it, which we can discuss in future over time, but it is not necessary that every month you can have such a state. uh, I had the most uh, stable state back in 2020 till now. I haven't tried this one too much. I've tried a lot other meditations. That could also be a reason. But when I tried, that was when it happened. Uh, Now, as you have been in this state and you have eradicated a lot of karma, there is rise of a lot of new concepts that can happen after this state. Okay, which would be discussed in the later parts. We are towards the end of this video. About this state, I would like to mention based on my personal experiences. So, from the internet data or from the conversations that I've heard from people, I had an idea what uh, drug usage make people feel like. I have never had drugs, but I knew that if people, the people who take drugs, they kind of feel like they are floating and they have no thoughts, and they feel really calm and they don't even realize how the time passes. So when I settled into this meditative state for a significant duration of minutes, where I was getting the next thought maybe after 5 7 minutes, I realized that the calmness of mind was equivalent to something that I knew. And then I had this thought which told me that this is equivalent to the description of impact of drug usage uh, that I have heard on internet or from here and there. So you feel that sort of light, calm, and floating, and nothing matters to you. And as the drug usage doesn't let you know how the time passed, be it half an hour, be it 2 days, when I opened eyes, just felt like it has been a few seconds or maybe a minute, not even a minute, maybe a few seconds or maximum a minute has passed. That is what I felt. That this was the time that I was meditating. I was in this state. That is because when I was getting a lot of thoughts when I started and I was watching them without reacting to them. So I had a realization that I am doing this activity and the time is passing. Okay, this has taken 5 to 7 minutes or 2 3 minutes. I had a realization of it, but as I moved forward and when I settled into this state for a longer duration, uh, I think it was somewhat like a couple of thoughts within 30 minutes, a couple of thoughts, like three, four, five, maybe a few more or lesser thoughts. I don't remember the count. When I came out of the state, it just felt like it happened for 30 minutes. And it just felt like it was a couple of seconds or maybe a minute. So this impact was also known to me from the descriptions that I heard on internet or from here and there, that the time passes as if it was nothing and you don't even realize how much time passed. It was quite similar. Uh, and I also heard from the gurus that we know that when you are in a happy state, time passes really fast. You don't even realize that such a long duration of time has passed. So that has been a an experience that I had appreciated a lot. Uh, Now, I am about to end this video, but I chose to do lives because I thought I am able to describe everything in a really elaborated manner. I do understand that taking 10, 5, 20 minutes out of someone's time uh, is really a big thing. And when you would want that activity from a big set of audience. But at the same time, I do realize if given the comprehensive knowledge in one place takes even some more time, is much better to even longer duration of time that people spend researching, searching, finding that total knowledge from here and there, aggregating it and trying to understand it first and then fitting the pieces in. So I think if you take that time and calculate it, and if you sum it up, then the time that I take would be significantly lesser based on what I deliver in that. As a non-native speaker of English, for example, I've taken 17 minutes to convey my points. Native speakers could have had summarized this within maybe 10 minutes or 8 or 9 minutes. I'm not sure. But um, this is my constraint. I'm from India and it takes me time. Okay, so that's it for today. I think I have given enough details for this meditation. And the headline is Nature of a Thought and Meditation based on it. I have explained both of them and my experience as well. Okay, uh, bye bye.